Okay, guys, listen up, please. Now, things have gone fairly smoothly so far, apart from that trip to Belgium, but let's not dwell on that. And today, it's the first big test we're going to get as a team. It's Chelsea and it's Liverpool coming to Old Trafford, and this is our house. So I expect you to go out there, give them a bit of a spanking, send them home with some big red baboon asses while we're laughing at the top of the league. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to episode 4 here at Manchester United, where we're trying to win. Let's go with the Champions League. We're just trying to do as well as we can using only English players. And today it's our first real test of the season. We welcome Chelsea and Liverpool in the Premier League to Old Trafford. And well, we're just going to try to see how we go basically. We've done well so far, but the proof will be in the pudding today. If we can get results against them, then we know we're a very good team. Now, the news since last episode, the main news is we have made a signing for January. That is 2.5 million from Middlesbrough, Dale Fry, a centre-back. Now, it says right there, he's a useful signing. Is he going to be our number one defender? No. Is he a very, very useful player that could fill in in sort of the first 11 and come in and be a very good squad player? Yeah, absolutely he is. He can pass the ball. He's got the heading. Heading and tackling is good. Marking is okay, but decent physically. I think for 2.5 million, we've got an absolute steal there. And again, it's another one of these that down the line we can sell on. We could probably sell him, 20 million to another Premier League club in a year or two's time, and use that money then to fund an for a proper first team star that could come in. So he's a little bit of a Harry Maguire. Actually, he likes to bring the ball out of defence. I think he's going to be useful. Let me know what you guys think. But I'm excited to have got him in at such a cheap price as well. Now, there are games to catch you up on since last episode, the first of which was in the league against Brighton. So let's start the catch-up there. Harry Kane put us ahead, and it was 2-0 at half-time when Winks played in Greenwood, before Brighton pulled one back in the second half. So this was a really strange performance. We were both in control, but at the same time, kind of poor at the same time. We got Dan burnt in the second half, but it made it a little bit more nervy than it needed to be. But ultimately, we got the job done, and as I say before, that is kind of the main thing. But it was weird. We were both, as I say, kind of good and bad at the same time. Next up, it was a Carabao Cup third round game. It was also against Brighton. Obviously, the lineups were very different, especially for us, but let's see what the score was. We took the lead when Mavididi picked out Andy Carroll. Lingard played in Carroll to make it 2-0 at half-time, before Hayden crossed for Carroll to complete his hat-trick. And Hayden was again the provider for Lingard to complete the scoring. So, future Ballon d'Or nomination for Andy Carroll. I don't know what was going on here. Carroll with a hat-trick, Hayden with a double assist. It was magnificent. It really, really was. Carroll did what I expected him to do, just power in the headers. Lingard, you can see there, ran the show as well, playing a 9.8. So that's us through the third round into the fourth round, where we've got another Premier League team that we probably should beat in Watford. So that's one to come in probably next episode. We'll catch you up on that one. It was back to the league action next against Southampton. Bellingham played in Sancho to give us the lead. Southampton drew level, before Kane restored our lead. So, future Manchester United midfielder James Ward-Prowse with an absolute stunner. But ultimately, we were very much in control of this game. His goal was really the only thing you can see from the XG there. His goal was really the only thing that troubled us. It was a decent performance. In the end, they went a little bit silly second half, got themselves 2 bookings sending us for second bookings. And yeah, I'm not really sure. They must have got stuck in, I'm assuming, at the second half there. But it was a comfortable win. Much more comfortable than the scoreline would suggest. And the final game to catch you up on was the Champions League. We were playing Villarreal now, of course, last episode. It was probably a shock, wasn't it? A shock defeat to Club Brugge. Let's see how we could rebound against the group's top seeds. We took a second half lead when Mavididi accepted a Villarreal gift for his first United goal. Holgate added a second with his first for the club. And Mavididi played in short tire to seal the points. Before Villarreal got a late consolation. So a much better European performance this one, particularly in the second half, which is where all the goals came from, or where all the goals were scored, I should say. It wasn't that much different to the Club Brugge game. We just put the ball in the net this time. Carroll didn't quite recapture his Brighton form. Mavididi, though, is looking like a very decent signing. And yeah, just generally speaking, it was a good, solid performance. It really does put us back in contention in this group. So we have a quick look at how everything stands. We are top of the league, 6 from 6. But like I said a few times now, this is our first big test. Liverpool and Chelsea, who are both right there with us. The group is very much back in, well, not really in our control, but we're right back in contention. We have our fate back in our, well, it was always in our own hands, but you know what I mean. It's closed right up anyway. We've got Benfica to play twice, and we're only a point behind them. So that was a big win we got there against Villarreal. And you can see there the tie against Watford at home in the 4th round. Again, we're not going to play our strongest team in that one, but you'd fancy us, I think. We should anyway. We should be getting a win there. So first up, it is Chelsea. Let's see what we're doing against them. So we're expecting a 5-2-2-1, I guess you'd call that. And this is the team that we're sending out. So it's Henderson in goal, Shaw, Tomori, Maguire, and Wan-Bissaka as the back four. Ronaldo, Vieira, Bellingham, and Loftus-Cheek box to box, so a slight change in role there. It's Greenwood and Sancho, Kane up top. Let's go. Alright, I'm both excited and terrified by this game. I don't know what to expect from Chelsea. I don't know how to expect, how good are we kind of thing. We've been on a good run lately. Let's go on board with that. We'll pump our fists, say we expect them to make the difference, and see how we do. And here we go. Recent form, as you can see, has been excellent. But it's difficult to... I've said it. I'm sounding like there's an echo in here, but it's difficult to know exactly how good we are until we test ourselves, and this is definitely going to be a test. So we've passed everything so far, haven't we? We've beaten some teams that are in the top half of the table: Southampton, Villa, West Ham, to name 3 that I saw there. But let's see what we can do against a genuine title contender, European champions, of course, as well. They won it last year, didn't they, in real life? Anyway, we've got some defending to do here. Oh, was that Tomori? Looks like he headed towards his own goal, but I don't think he did. Well, Loftus-Cheek, the main reason that he's playing is it's against his former club. I'm hoping for that, what they call it, rule of the X or whatever. So we'll see what he does. I think... Ideally, in our best team, I think Harry Winks is earning himself that spot. But we've had a lot of games, European Cup and the Cup games now are all sort of saying that was not much of a first half, was it? So we're in that situation now where our shooting has not been good enough. Yeah, we can get on board with that. So yeah, it's sort of that situation now where we have to rotate even if someone's playing well. We don't really have a choice in the matter. One thing we could look to do potentially is stick in a number 10, which is what I've done in Europe, you may have noticed, and we do look like we have more threat. The main reason why I haven't done that here particularly is they had the 2 number 10s, so I wanted to have a defensive midfielder in there for that. Here we go with Mason Greenwood. Greenwood goes around Rudiger like he's standing still, but he can't find a way past Mendy in the Chelsea goal. Shaw now with a corner. Can we find Maguire or Tomori? Oh, it's in there towards Bellingham, I think, in the end. Reece James brings it away. Sancho is there. Sancho brings him down. It'll be a booking, but possibly not a bad booking to take that one. They're looking not the most confident there, are they? It's not been much of a game. Look at those XGs. Let's try a demand more. Luke Shaw's looking nervous. Kane's looking tired. What can we do here? All right, against my better judgment, we're going to bring on Andy Carroll. We're taking off Loftus-Cheek. We'll move Ronaldo forward, Ronaldo Vieira forward, and we're basically doing a 4-4-2. When in doubt, go 4-4-2. Who's playing a 6-2? Tomori's not having a great game. We do have Holgate on the bench. Let's give them some encouragement. Shaw is looking nervous. He's not having a great game. So let's get Charlie Taylor on for him. And Sancho, let's get Mavididi on for him. And let's see what that does for us. If anything, we've been the better team here. They have not had a shot on target. But what has not happened is either team find the back of the net. So not a classic, but a 0-0 again. And at home, yes, but it was a game we probably should have won against a very good team. So it's a result that's good enough to keep us top of the league. Liverpool have lost to Arsenal. Arsenal are looking as though they are going to be one of our main rivals this season, along with Manchester City. Liverpool is right there, though. And that is who we are playing next. Henderson is close to triggering. That's fine. Guys, wait right there. It is Liverpool next. It's the big one. Manchester United versus Liverpool. Let's see if we can get them. Okay, welcome back. We have some good news, and that is Marcus Rashford is back fit and available for this game against Liverpool. So that is absolutely huge, obviously. So good to have him back. And I did want to catch you up on one other thing here, and that is Nelson Abbey. Now, you may remember we signed him from Reading, and he didn't look like he was going to be much. He is actually training on quite nicely, and I'm beginning to backtrack a little bit. We may have spent £300,000 quite well. You can see it potentially goes up to 700 and something thousand. But there is potentially maybe a player there that might be useful for us down the line. But let's have a look here and see what we're doing against Liverpool. We have the early kickoff, so there's no other games that will be taking place before us. And we can see there we're expecting a defensive 4-3-3, so they're matching us up essentially man for man. And this is the team that we're sending out. Now, we have just come back from an international break, so the likes of Harry Kane, Luke Shaw aren't ideally fit, and a few players have a heavy match load as well despite the international break. But it's going to be Henderson in goal, Shaw, Tomori, Maguire in one, Bissaka. It's Ronaldo, Winks comes in with Bellingham in midfield. Greenwood and Rashford will be the wide players. Kane will go up top, and let's hope we can do well here. All right, we can see the team sheets there. I mean, we don't match up terribly against them, I don't think, do we? It's not that bad. We've been on a good run. Let you go out there and impress me. I mean, I'm tempted just to go with that again, if I'm honest. Are 2 points from these two games acceptable? I mean, that's possibly the big question. I've actually gone backwards in my team talk there. Now, one thing you may have noticed, and I should have pointed out, is that Sancho is missing this one. He's got a minor injury. He picked up an international duty. It's just a week or two, so he'll be back sooner rather than later, but he is out for this one, which is good timing with what's his face, Rashford's return. You can see City have gone top. Goal difference is the same. I'm assuming it must be on goals scored or perhaps alphabetical order. But yeah, this is going to be interesting now. If we were to draw this, let me know what you think in the comments. Well, we'll know obviously by the time you get to the comments what happens here. At home, I think 2 points is maybe a little bit of a disappointing return if we are considering ourselves as title hopefuls. But then the question is, are we actually title hopefuls, or are we just really happy with top four this season, meeting that board expectation and then kind of building from there? And I mean, coming into it, I said we'd be delighted to get top four, didn't I? So I think we've probably got to stick with that. Another game where this is going to be an episode, it's going to be 5 seconds long. It's a typical game between the big, well, not so much recently, but remember a couple of years ago, and they were always 0-0, these ones, weren't they? You've been the better team. Let's go with that. That's maybe tempting fate a little bit. I'm looking at Harry Kane now. He was tied, and he's not playing particularly well. I'm wondering if we make a change there. Do we go Mavididi, or do we go Andy Carroll? Former Liverpool player. Narrative. Yeah, I mean, he's really, really tired, Harry Kane, and he's not played well. So we've got 45 out of him. Let's go with that. Now, the issue, of course, we don't really have wingers that are going to cross the ball in. We could bring Lingard on, I suppose. But we'll just see here. And is this a corner for us? No, it's a free kick against us. Early in the second half, Henderson is nowhere near it. And we are 1-0 down. Let's give it a demand more. Rashford is not match sharp. Greenwood's not playing particularly well. I'm wondering what we should have done is put Greenwood up top, shouldn't we? In hindsight. Then we could have brought Lingard on. It's off the post! It was Harry Maguire, I think, and he's hit the post. Wan-Bissaka slides in and wins the ball back, stops Salah in his tracks. All right, so let's try a higher tempo. Pass it into space. And let's get the ball out wide. Let's hit these early crosses in for... let's hit these early crosses in for what's-his-face up there, Carroll. Let's give them some encouragement. And not working, is it? Okay, so we're making changes. We're already behind in the game, so we don't really have anything to lose at this point. So we're taking off Rashford and Greenwood. It's not worked for whatever reason. Lingard and Mavididi come on, and we're going to play Bellingham as a shadow striker, trying to get him playing off of Carroll and see what that does for us. And yeah, you can see Luke Shaw is tied as well. It may be a case of this game not necessarily coming at a great time for us, given that, oh, Wan-Bissaka lunges in. This is not going well, is it? It's not going well. It's hit the post, and each team, we can't use that as an excuse now saying, oh, we were unlucky, we hit the post, because so have they. We've got a corner. Where's Carroll's big head? It's back post. It's over the bar. It was Carroll as well. Let's give it a focus. And Liverpool with a throw. Bellingham wins it back. Vieira, forward for Lingard. Where's Carroll? He whips the cross in. It's Mavididi, and Mavididi over the bar. Another highlight. Well, we've certainly livened up the game with our changes, haven't we? Not always looking the right way, and they're just playing in behind us. It's a dink from the Ox, but it goes over the top. I wonder if Bellingham as a number 10 is something we could play with in the future. I mean, he can play anywhere, can't he? He's a really good player. Let's try a berating coming into stoppage time here. Can we win that? No, it's just over. Is there anything... Oh, we've lost the one. We don't want to lose. The fans are not going to like that. Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0. And it wasn't a game we got badly outplayed in, but you wouldn't make an argument we were the better team and deserved to win. So early kickoff, we don't lose any ground yet. You'd imagine those around us, though. Liverpool has gone back to just a point behind us. I suppose the danger that we have here with Arsenal looking quite as strong as they are, there is, you're not going anywhere near him, Arteta. I can tell you that for sure. The danger is, I mean, Chelsea's up there. Are we... I mean, top 4, it's never going to be easy, is it? It's never going to be easy, and we've done okay. It's just... I would have liked, with 2 home games, we've only taken a point, and that is slightly problematic, isn't it? But if we beat everybody else, we should be fine for at least 4th place. But guys, that is it for today. Let me know how you think we did. Those were our biggest tests to date, and you'd have to say maybe a passable mark against Chelsea, but we failed against Liverpool, didn't we? And then we've got a couple more big games here. Tottenham are really struggling this season. But what we'll do is we'll come back for the Manchester derby next time, and then Benfica away. Now, if we can get the result against them at home, that will mean we'll go into that game away, top of the group, and it would be we could really take a stranglehold on everything at that point. But that is all for next time, guys. Until then, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.